begins with this gate drop.
Welcome back to the Power to the Ground podcast, your home of motocross and supercross news for the fans and by fans. I'm your host, Jesse. We are doing this podcast every week. We drop the audio version of it on Friday morning. We cover all the actions, talk about any rider news, make predictions, all that fun stuff. If you're interested in learning more about us, click that big play button on our most recent episode and make sure to smash that like button. So it is episode 58. I got Doug in the house with me. Let's pull up the chats. If you guys are watching us live on YouTube or on Facebook, feel free to jump in the chat and interact with us throughout the show. I'm going to pull it up here so everybody can see it. There we go. So we're gonna do stuff a little bit different today. So this is gonna be a trial run, but let's get through some of this stuff before we get there. For those of you watching this live, don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. Comment anything, absolutely anything, doesn't really matter. Also, drop your questions, comments in the comment section. We will interact with you throughout the broadcasts, and we're going to do our best to keep up with everybody while we're going through all of the info that we're going to be talking about today. For those of you listening on the audio, we're doing this podcast on Facebook Live and YouTube Live every Thursday at 7 p.m. EST. Hope you can join us next week if you are hearing this on audio. Tonight we're going to do a preview show of Orlando 2. Which
it's a good thing that I went ahead and printed off the roster, because otherwise I would have been lost.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a week for both Doug and I. So you're gonna have to bear with us. We may have to do some Google searches here and there to pull up some info. Life happens. Both of us have jobs. So
and your dad's hanging out in Key Largo, so I'm a bit jealous.
And he will be at the race on Saturday as well.
Right. I'm up here shoveling snow, and he's down there kicking it on the beach, drinking mimosas,
hanging out, doing some jet skiing.
Oh man.
Doing some fishing. Dad, did you catch anything yesterday? New 250s. Yeah. Austin, I will be updating the pick'ems list tomorrow so that the West Riders are there for your pick'ems for this weekend. You want to do some shout outs, Doug, before we jump in?
Yeah, I can. We got Sean over there at Bro Taco, always hooking us up. That's my Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon dinner, man, is one of those DiGiorno personal pan pizzas and some of the Chipotle honey brap sauce. It's pretty much amazing. And of course, he hooks us up with the 20% code, which is PTTG. And then we have SUNSTAR, #1 source for chains and sprockets, man. So keeping it going. Yeah, they're upside down, but it'll work.
Oh,
mine's right side up. So it's still adding to the list. So if you want to have your cool name on my sweet backdrop back here, let's get some stickers coming.
Let's hit up Doug, send him some stickers his way.
Right. But other than that, it's I just walked in the door, so I still have all my papers are all messed up. I brought extra papers. I don't know why. My printer must have decided that it was going to spit out a couple extras, but it's it's been a week. Supercross is definitely well underway. So
yeah. So it's busy over at the SUNSTAR factory.
Oh yeah. Yeah, never ending, man. It's definitely fun. Working on some new stuff when I have time, dealing with the old stuff. So it's we're working it out though. So hopefully we get everything under control.
Nice. Well, we're doing some couch cross on Saturday.
That is true. I am looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure Tiller is looking forward to it too. Hopefully this time I don't go from like recording a show straight into picking up everything and trying to carry it across my basement so that I can set it up and watch.
Right. I forgot you did that.
Dude, it was like I think we missed part of the first heat or the 250 heats, both of them, because we were still recording. But hey, it's all for the passion, man. It turned out to be a really good episode. If you guys haven't seen it, it's Down and Dirty with Doug. I think it's like the new to Supercross or something like that. I can't remember what we titled it. I have a bunch of stuff in my brain.
Like
so
noobs or something like that. I want to say something along those lines. But yeah, it was good. It was a good interview.
So hopefully we get some more interviews going once outdoors and like GNCC and I'm going to try to get down to some sprint enduros. Maybe I'll take some recording equipment down with me and try to set up some stuff. So we'll see. It'll be fun.
That'd be sweet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what time do the races start on Saturday?
Most of the Saturday races have been starting at like 7:30.
Yeah. So I just checked it on my calendar. It's 7:30 start time. So we'll be hitting the go live button at 7:30. So if you want to join us for some couch cross, you can jump on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching this. Make sure you hit the like button on our Facebook page and the subscribe button on the YouTube page so you can get notified when we go live. Couch cross is a lot of fun, man. I think we had probably around 20 people on throughout the broadcast last time, and everybody had a blast. It was just a good time hanging out with your buddies, watching races.
Oh yeah. It's what it's all about. All summed up in you can't even blame COVID because you guys set that up before COVID even started, man.
Yep.
So but the technology has definitely came a little bit further since the old COVID times. So
for sure.
It's pretty cool. I enjoy it.
So we the new thing that we're trying tonight is we're doing a preview show. So we're going to be looking ahead at the next race instead of looking back at the last race. Mostly because it's been like 6 months since the last race.
Yeah.
6 to 9 months, somewhere in there.
I can't even remember with some of these guys. It's I was just running through the list and I was like, oh yeah, like Jarrett Fry still races 250s. Carson Brown, Nick Gaines. After you haven't heard much about him since he sunk it in Loretta's. So it's I mean, you got Cooper coming back, Harrison, Mumford, Hunter Lawrence will probably race half of the first one and then get hurt. So I mean, we'll see. I know that it's bad, man. I had such high hopes for him, but
he's still young.
He is.
He has time. He hasn't quite assured himself in the same leagues as
his little brother.
I was gonna say in the same leagues as like just an injury-prone rider.
I mean, he's a porcelain doll, man. Like you look at him too hard, and he's out for 3 weeks. So
that's true. It has only been like 2 years though. Yeah, that's a long time. That's four series. Yeah. So we're doing a preview show of this week's race because I've decided on Sundays after the races, I will be doing an additional show. So
Yeah.
I will be doing that. And Doug, I'm not going to hold you to being there with me. You can or don't have to. Doesn't matter.
We'll
But
see if we can get the schedules to line up. I might jump on for 1 or 2 or something like that. But Sundays are usually family days, man. So
yeah.
that's
So I'll be doing one. At least I will be doing one on Sunday, probably morning time frame, where I'll just go over the last race. We'll do the review of that race so that we don't have to do the review and the preview in the same show. We can kind of break it up.
yeah. That's I think like we were talking about it throughout the week or maybe last week. I don't know. They all feel the same, man. But it's and we also have the Clubhouse thing going on, which is a cool new social media. So if you have iOS, get Clubhouse, hit us up. I have a couple invites left that I can shoot out. I haven't invited anybody, so I still have my 2 invites or whatever. So come join us. We do, what is it, Monday at noon and Friday at noon. We have time slots, and what we're really trying to do is secure our spot on that platform. So if you guys could come help us out, it would be greatly appreciated. I can't say we talk about racing all the time, but we do get in some really good conversations about like marketing, amateur racing, like some health stuff. We have some good conversations, man. So
I agree.
It's it'll be fun. Give us a shot on that too.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a cool platform. If you haven't heard of Clubhouse yet, Clubhouse is it's like a live podcast, basically. But you're not just listening. You can also talk to the people doing the podcast. It's pretty cool. It makes for some really good conversation. So yeah, we've basically just been hanging out for lunchtime and just talking about whatever comes up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a few invites left too, apparently, because I keep hosting rooms. Clubhouse keeps giving me more invites.
Well, there we go. Let's get it set up.
Yeah. So they are incentivizing me to continue opening rooms. So as long as they keep giving me invites, I'm going to keep giving them out. So if you guys want any invites, go ahead and message me on Facebook or drop a comment in YouTube or hit us up on the website. If you hit that chat box, you'll get right to my phone.
Oh yeah, that's mine doesn't come to my phone. I have to catch the email, but I'll get there. Yeah. I check my emails pretty often, so I'm always looking for those bike parts coming in, man. Race season's about to start. So
that's what we got for news. You want to jump into these talking about the race, even though the track is basically the exact same thing?
I think basically is a vast understatement. It is the exact same thing. Right. I think they said all they did was pull some plastic over top of it, and that was it. So just to keep some of the water out of it. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't overly impressed with the track. It's a cool throwback track, but at the same time, maybe it's just because Roxon and Webb ran away, man. But I got a little bored. So
it was a boring track. There's not a lot of passing opportunities. Was there 2 whoop sections last week?
I can't remember. I think so. Yeah. Because they said it would take 3 days for them to properly fix the track or like modify the track. So I don't think they touched it, to be honest with you. Okay. They had one, I think I saw like one of them out there, one bulldozer and skid steer out there, but it looked like they were doing more damage than they were. Only awesome. One whoop.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this track map. I just realized that there's 2 whoop sections on this track. There's one right after the finish jump, and then another one right before they come back through the hole shot in the middle.
Yeah, and that's if you see the dot, that's me on YouTube trying not to get Tiller banned for spam like he did last week. So
Oh,
yeah,
is that
so
so? That's what happened.
that's what we think happened. So we were talking a little bit afterwards, and I think that's probably what happened because he commented like 3 or 4 times in a row, and he was the only one on there talking. So I decided this week I was going to jump on and try it because at the end of it, I commented again, and he was able to post again. So I think he just got spam. He got the
Gotcha.
spam hammer, man. So
The spam hammer.
yeah.
YouTube, oh YouTube. So
Well,
much
that's
fun.
you remember in the summer I was moderating the minios, or I guess it was the fall, and that would happen quite a bit to people, where they'd be like cheering on one of their racers, and they'd be like, "Go, go, go!" Like blah blah blah, little Johnny Schmuckarelli or whatever, you know. And then if they would do it 3 times real fast, it would boot them out. So it would disable them from commenting for like 3 minutes or something.
Gotcha.
So good old YouTubes.
Good old YouTubes. Just going to do a quick shout out if you guys are watching this right now and you're not a member on the website already. You can jump over to power2theground.com and sign up for a free membership. You can get access to the forum. All of the videos that we can't post on YouTube are on the website. So, yeah, go over there, check that out.
That's pretty much every video that I post. I'm not supposed to post to YouTube. So that's
so that's where you go to see them.
yeah.
See what's Tiller saying here?
Hopefully they'll switch up the rhythm before the finish line if the layout is actually going to be the exact same as it was last time.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta do something because it's the reason I felt that it was boring was because it didn't look like there was a lot of passing opportunities. There was a lot of one-line racing.
Yeah, it was a slot car track, man, especially once it started getting a little wet. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan. Let's just say that.
No, it was even more plain Jane than the Houston tracks were, and those were really funny.
Like if we're gonna go ahead and do a throwback track, I'm all for it. But let's do it like straight rhythm and give everyone 2 strokes. I mean, that would have made this track so much better. The problem with the modern 4 strokes is they're amazing when it comes to making power. So I feel like the bikes were just way overpowered for that track, and it didn't offer any technical what am I trying to say? It wasn't technical enough to really keep the guys kind of on their toes, you know.
Yeah.
It was kind of, let's do a triple, a double. Let's turn to a 90-degree left. Let's do a triple, a double. Let's do 90 degrees to the right. You know, so I would like to see them actually put a little bit more effort into track layout. I mean, the only tracks I've ever built have been on like the Supercross games, and it's not exactly easy. But I think if you try to make them a little bit further out, maybe it'll work. I mean, I don't know what the Dirtworks crew is doing all summer, but I don't know. Maybe, I mean, my kids will draw a Supercross track, give them some crayons, you know. Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't know.
They never walk the line. They're always way too far one way or way too far the other. They very rarely hit that like sweet spot where it's interesting enough, but they're not putting the riders in danger, in like mortal danger all the time. It's usually one way or the other. It's either super boring or they might as well be jumping through flaming hoops.
Yeah.
It's almost never right in the middle.
What I really wouldn't mind seeing, and I think Florida is the perfect spot for it, just based on kind of what you expect from outdoors and really any race down in Florida, is why don't they make like an actual sand pit, raise it up a little bit, fill it with sand, let it get real deep and ruddy, use that almost like a kinetic sand type, not beach sand where it's all fine, but like the actual sand that you'll find riding in Florida.
Right.
And let them do on that. I mean, I don't know. What else are you supposed to do? You can't put a dragon's back because everybody's going to cry about that. Wall jumps are super boring. They already did a huge double over the start line. That's very video game-ish, but I liked it because I was there and it was awesome to watch them fly through the stadium. But like, why not? I didn't hear anybody
available.
Yeah, and I didn't hear anybody complain about the sand. What was it, like Houston 3 or whatever? So
yeah, I didn't hear anybody complain about the sand. Actually, contrary to that, I heard a lot of like praises for the sand.
Yeah, even Sexton, who took himself out, was like, I didn't mind the sand. I just messed up, so I don't know.
My dad is saying he's going to the races in Orlando and he's not seeing the comments. You can't see them on the screen? I'm wondering why. They should be able to see them on the screen, right?
I have them up on YouTube. It might be. Yeah, I wonder if maybe it's because me and Tiller are in YouTube and he's on Facebook, so he has to look at the screen. Maybe, I don't know.
I wonder if the comments are turned off on Facebook or something.
I don't know. This technical stuff is a little bit above me. Give me fuel tables, let me go. I'll tune a bike, but I don't know. I don't know how you do it, man.
Let me check into this. We'll see what we got going on. See if I can hook you up, Dad.
But it's
I can see the comments. That's weird.
So hey, Coda. Apparently we have KTM of Switzerland coming over for 250 West. Did you see did you see the registration roster?
Not yet. I was going to pull that up tomorrow when I update the pick'ems list.
Oh, there's a fella, looks like he'll be running number 112. I'm probably going to butcher this, but it's Xylan, Xylian, Xylan Ramella. Says he's riding out of Corona, California, but his sponsor is KTM Switzerland.
Interesting.
Yeah,
international teams coming in.
That definitely jumped out at me when I printed this off and I was kind of looking through it and I was like, what? Because it's in all capitals and nothing else is all capitals. So it definitely caught my eye. Other than that, I don't really see.
Tiller says representing the home continent.
Other than that, I don't really see any other ones that really jump out to me as not from around here. I thought Garrett Marchbank's sponsors were kind of entertaining. So he's got Club MX, obviously, and then it says, I'm a comeback Yamaha. So
I'm a comeback Yamaha?
Yeah. So I don't know if maybe that's like a throw out to Pro Circuit. I've never heard of that company. It's IAMA Comeback.
Weird.
But all the other Club MX guys are just Club MX. They don't have that sponsor.
Coda says he watched their camps. They're pretty good. I'm assuming he's talking about the Switzerland team that you were just mentioning. Coda, where did you watch those? Drop it in the comments. I'd like to check those out. And I'm sure other people would like to check those out too. Drop a link in the comments.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of new guys here. It looks like the top 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, right around, I would probably say 30 to 32 out of the, I think I counted 65 earlier, are names I've never heard of, man.
Wow.
So it will at least not running this kind of stuff. So I'm definitely, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing, well, unfortunately, I mean, you have the Martin brothers, McAdoo, Justin Cooper, Harrison Mumford, Hunter Lawrence, I'm not counting yet. You got Jalik Swoll, Marchbanks, Masterpools, Peters, all those guys. I see it going a lot like the East Coast, where there's 5 like really fast guys going to win every week. And then probably from 6th to 12th, I think, is where the majority of the decent racing is going to be. I do want to see old A-Mart bring it home though on the blue bike.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a fan favorite that I feel like everybody is just rooting for him all the time, like at all times, all the time. Like for every season, everybody's just waiting for A-Mart to like take one more step. Let's just take one more step.
Yeah. It's I want to say he might have been a little hampered last year on the team he was on, but there's not really anything wrong with the Suzukis except you have to kickstart it. They still have a great motor package. The frame geometry really isn't that bad. If it was any type of wet, slick track, they do really good on. I don't know. It's hard to blame the bike, because everyone was bringing that up with Barsha this year. Well, let's see if it's Barsha or the bike. Barsha or the bike. It's still pretty much the same, man. The Yamahas are still, there's 3 of them in the top 10 at any given time.
Yeah.
And
and I mean, Mookie's basically getting almost identical results to Barsha on a Yamaha.
yeah, so can't blame the bike on that one,
Right.
And granted, yeah, Barsha has been up towards the front a little more this year, but I wonder how much of that has to do with his attitude, because he's up until 2 weeks ago, we hadn't really seen him ping pong anybody, and then he hit everyone except for the freaking 32nd board girl. So it's like, what is it? Is it the bike? I don't think so. I think it's just in these guys' head where they're like, oh man, I'm supposed to be on a bad bike. Now I'm going to ride bad. Like,
Right.
Wipe that slate clean, because other dudes are coming in right behind you and proving that it's not the bike. So,
right.
And that's where I kind of feel A-Mart is the Barsha of the 250s in that regard.
I think that is an adequate equivalence. Austin, what is I am a comeback is a recovery program.
Huh.
Interesting. That's a good name for a recovery program.
That is. It's also a good name for a sponsor if you're trying to get back at the team that cut you, even though they shouldn't have.
That's true. That's true. It works in both ways.
Yeah. That's man, I don't know. They should have dropped Faulkner and kept Marchbanks. That poor kid.
They really should have. I'm sure they feel the same way now.
Yeah. That's I definitely would have taken Marchbanks over Faulkner any day of the week. Faulkner's like a toddler on a bike, man. His head is so screwed up. He's just throws temper tantrums and that gets him in trouble. So
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll be back when we come back for the East Coast stuff.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't think so though.
Yeah, that's
he usually he's usually very, very cautious with his injuries. I feel like if he's got something that it would normally take somebody 8 to 10 weeks to recover from, it usually takes him like 16 weeks to recover from it.
Yeah, I could see that. But I wonder how much of that is just like a bad recovery program. Maybe he needs to get with Marchbanks.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's a bad recovery program as much as it is them like trying to protect him as like an asset, because they want to make sure that he's coming back at 100%, because they know that he can win regardless
Yeah.
of if he's like the most injury prone person out on the track, which
No, Hunter Lawrence is. He's a close second though.
you know what? I'm going to challenge you on that one, because Faulkner has a longer history of it and sustained at a much higher rate.
Yeah, but I think in the last 2 years, Faulkner has finished much more races than Lawrence.
I wouldn't say much more, but they're more.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, you're on a 2-year deal and you've raced 3 races and 4 laps, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know. And I want the kid to do good. That's the worst part. Like, you see his brother shining, like he has to have a little bit about that. And they always said Jet is the shiny one. You know, he's the one that's going to go out there, raw speed, get it all done. And Hunter's supposed to be like this technical tactician, you know, where like he's picking the track apart and picking apart his stuff, and we never get to see it, man, because he's always hurt. And
have you heard their dad talk about them, like the differences between them as brothers?
not completely. I think I heard, like, I think Ralph did on his many rants about those two last year.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to hear the dad talk about the two of them, because obviously, you know, they're brothers, but they're two completely different people.
Yeah.
And the I can't remember his name, but Hunter and Jet's father, his claim actually is that Hunter is a more talented rider, but Jet has the killer instinct and Hunter does not.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard.
Which is it translates to their style. When Hunter is on the track, you can see that. Like he doesn't appear to be like out to assassinate, you know, people in front of him like Jet does. Jet's just like out there to pass people. He's like, I don't care, I'm just passing people.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. Like I said, I want to see this kid actually race, man. That's I really do. Especially, has he even raced Supercross yet?
Yes, he got one race in last year, I believe.
Yeah,
I think he raced one race, and then I'm pretty sure he got injured in the second race.
That sounds about right, because I just remember thinking, you don't have enough to even really pass judgment, you know? Like, we pretty much kind of have to take his dad's word for it, you know, which I don't know why we wouldn't. He seems like a pretty straight up dude. So
right. You know what? I'm questioning myself. I think I'm thinking of outdoors, because I'm pretty sure that this is Hunter's debut. Now that I think about it, on Supercross.
Yeah, that's a possibility. We got Styles Robertson coming back too.
Who?
Styles Robertson. He's
I haven't. When was the last time I saw that name?
Hunter did SLC. See,
gotcha.
Tiller Tally over here, just pulling out random stats, man.
He's pulling out stats.
Yeah, he's like, oh, 1 sec, right there.
Dude, I can't wait to get.
I know.
Tiller Tallies going. Let's pull up that video. Let's show people the intro here, just to get them riled up. We've got a intro video for the
Tiller's Tallies.
Tiller's Tallies. Let's get it. Which one are we doing here?
Oh, it looks like we got another. Where is Venezuela? It's got to be Central America, probably.
Venezuela? Yeah,
there's no. It's just comma blank. He's running the number 201 gas 250 Monster Energy backyard design Fox Scott 442 suspensions. But he's another foreigner. I really like seeing the foreigners come over and really give Supercross a shot, because this is really the only place that you're going to be in like this tier of Supercross.
Right.
I mean, you can go to, what is it, the Paris Supercross in Australia and stuff like that, but that's more like what we're used to with arena cross. I don't really see, I mean, Brayton wins them, so I don't really see see it being super high, where maybe if they went and did that for a while and then come back over this way and they do good. I mean, look at Marv, man. He came over chasing the talent races, not necessarily just to race, and I think that'll be pretty cool. So
yeah, I think the more international talent we can get into these series, the better. Just we already have some really talented international riders. Like you said, you got Marv, Roxon. I know he's done a lot of work on his accent, but I mean, you can hear it come out every once in a while when he gets upset. But
when he gets upset and excited, man,
yeah, and you're like, oh my god, yeah, that's Germany just came out. Yeah, but
I definitely think. I think Roxon's gonna get it this year, man, and I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, it's been a long ride back for him.
It has been. I want to see Marv start stringing together some races too. That's another. I love the comeback story, man. So I really want to see those two do real well, And
I think Marv missed the train, man.
The thing, like, he's not slow. He just has the worst luck in the world when it comes to the main. I mean, he can go out there and slay a heat, and then when it comes to the main, something stupid happens. Like Plessinger running him into the tunnel.
Yeah, which I wouldn't have even known happened unless you told me it, because you were there.
Yeah, we were sitting, like, we could see the tunnel exit, and Marv just got a great run in, and I don't know what he was thinking, putting his bike in there where it probably shouldn't have been. It was kind of a stupid move on his part, but I mean, AP did not back down. Like, it looked like a hockey game, dude. Like, just straight checked him, and it was great. But
AP's a big dude too. I mean, he's much bigger than Marv is. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's other than that, I mean, I would love to see it. He was gone for what, like almost 600 days. So that's a long time.
That was a long time. Yeah.
And he hasn't really lost much.
No, that was one of the things that we've been talking about since the beginning of the season. The fact that, like, bam, that gate dropped at the beginning of the season, and Marv's been there like right from the beginning.
Yeah.
There was like no warm up. He was just ready, which is surprising. So I don't know. Maybe there is something there. Maybe what we're seeing right here is a warm up. Maybe he's still on the way up. We don't know.
Could be.
All right, I'm gonna play this Tiller Tallies intro real quick.
Let's get it.
That's not working at all.
And it was loud, like ridiculously loud in my headphones.
Loud AF.
Yeah. I'm trying not to swear, so I have to come up with other colorful words.
Yeah, we'll abandon ship on that one. My computer is, I don't know if you guys probably can't hear it over the mic. My computer is running in like running a marathon right now. It's pretty crazy.
What we need is just to get Tiller set up so then we can see it in real life.
Right, for sure.
And it's nothing against him. He's a busy fella, but
yeah, we're all busy. So
yeah,
we're trying to coordinate this with each other, and
I just get excited. I just want to get it done.
Just get her done.
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
You want to jump into some predictions?
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Oh,
Yeah. Where do we want to start, man? 250s?
let's start with the 250s. Give me your top 3.
Top 3. That's hard. I'll probably go Jeremy Martin, Justin Cooper, Amart. It's really a tie between Amart and McAdoo. Would it be Martadoo? Can we do that? That's
Martadoo.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. They're both fast, man, and they're both on really good equipment. So I don't know. It's a toss up, and it's not like we've seen a lot. Like you can look at an Instagram video and he's going to be super fast, but I don't know.
All right.
I'll probably have to go Martin over McAdoo just on experience's side.
All right. You want to go back? You want to go back and forth, or?
Yeah, we can. Your video was frozen with the funniest face. I hope everybody got a nice screenshot of it. Did we lose him? I think we lost him. Are you guys still there? Tiller, you still got me? I don't know if this thing's still working. Is this thing still working?
It's still working, apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just I'm glad I didn't pick my nose or something like that, man. Because it's like I was sitting there and you froze with this goofy face, and then you disappeared, and then I figured it was still working because I just saw Coda's comment come across, and it was just kind of, I was like,
No, I was just sitting here, and then all of a sudden Chrome just closed out completely, and I was like,
yeah.
Lights off everywhere. And I was like, well, I got to get back in. Luckily, I was like, oh, I hope it didn't close the stream because it closed me out.
Well, I didn't know because my chat on my phone just kind of went into 503 server error, and I was like, it says live, but it's being weird on my phone. Like, I don't know. Like, am I supposed to dance? Like, I don't know what.
When in doubt, jump on the table and dance.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Looks like Coda wants Jeremy to win too.
Does he?
I think he's gonna get it done, man. He's pretty fast.
He is fast, yeah. And I lump Jeremy in there with Roxon as like a comeback story. I mean, I remember that crash with Jeremy Martin, and I honestly, I thought he was dead. Like, I saw the way he came down, and I was like, that is not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's even back racing. I remember when he first started doing his rehab, they were like, we got to work on walking first before we start talking about racing.
Oh yeah.
Like, he had multiple compound fractures in his vertebrae. So I'd like to see him make a comeback. And
that is a great observation from Tiller. If you want to throw it up on the phone. It's start cross, man. There ain't no racing about it this year. It's whoever gets the best start. And that's I mean, that's the way it is. I can't disagree with that. So
I can't either. It's really what the difference has been. Even in the 450s, you like Tomac, who traditionally hasn't cared whether he starts first or last, just comes through the pack. Even Tomac hasn't been doing that this year.
That is one thing that I want to know. Is it Tomac's speed is more equal to the rest of the field, or did the rest of the field catch up to Tomac? You know, like, is Tomac slowing down, or is the field getting faster?
Right.
Because Webb and Roxon are still battling out just fine, you know. And then I don't know where Tomac is. He's just hanging out.
He's just hanging out. That's really what it seems like. He doesn't seem to be pushing like maybe he's pulling an Anderson. He got his Supercross title, and now it's time to hang out.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I can't even begin to fathom, you know. Like, I mean, if he would have kept up the train and pushed into this year, he really had the chance to go down as one of the greats. Instead, now I think he'll just be one of the goods.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. I think that the daddy fever definitely got a hold of him too.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is he's still in third place by what, like 18 points or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not that he's doing bad, but on Tomac standards, he's not doing good. Right. You know what I mean? So it's almost like grading on a curve, you know? Right. Like, if on paper he looks all right, what you see in the race, it looks like he's getting lucky. So and the speed is just not there, you know. Like, I mean, his average start is almost 7th place. Well, it's 6.7, and Cooper's average start is 7th place. Yet Cooper is what, 14, 15, 16 points, I think, ahead of him. You know, and Cooper has what, 2 wins, I think?
2 wins, yep.
So
13 points down from Roxon, I believe.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, what is it, man? You know?
Yeah, I think it's a number of different things. I honestly saw it in outdoors. I saw all the pictures and the videos that he was taking with the new baby, and rightfully so. I mean, when you have a kid, that's what you do. But you saw his results. It was like there was an inverse correlation between the number of pictures that he was taking on Instagram and his race results. So what's in here?
But people said that about AC too. Like, you're not taking it serious. And just like what Coda says, I firmly agree. He is probably the hardest working rider out there. Like, yeah. But I don't know if you can correlate him being excited about having a kid to his racing. I think that there's probably just a lot of, do I really want to go that hard? You know, like, I'm still getting paid. I don't want to end up like Roxon or Marv or J Mart, or, you know, like, I think the risk reward factor is definitely leaning more towards the paycheck reward rather than the might not ever walk again risk, you know? Right. So, and I can't blame him for that. I mean, we're both fathers and we both ride, you know, like, my doing stupid stuff on my bike has gone down tremendously since I've had kids too. So I can definitely see it. So, yeah. And I'm not out there with Barsha T-boning people either, you know?
Yeah. You keep your distance from that guy.
Yeah.
Coda says he's moving this time to training with Jeremy, and Jeremy said that he was the hardest working rider he's seen, but it seems like he does not do good with the transition between super and moto. Are you talking about Tomac, Coda?
Yeah, I believe he is. That's I think Tomac and Coda said it earlier too. Tomac has been kind of working with those guys, so I could definitely see it. But I don't know, like when the transition should have happened week 1 or week 2. We're 7 weeks into it. We're almost halfway, So
Tiller. Eli will have to eliminate the bad races. He's been in the top. Here we go. Top 5, 71% of the time, and is 29 points back. The Freezy incident has made it very difficult for him. He'll have to beat Cooper and Kenny. Yeah. I mean, he's going to have to beat both of them consistently to like pull something out of this.
Yeah, and do we see a late season charge from him?
Maybe. It wouldn't be the first time.
No, but it wouldn't be the first time that people have sat down and said, wait until late in the season, Tomac's going to come back. And then it just kind of,
That's true.
So, I mean, there's a reason why he has, 34 Supercross wins and 1 title.
Right.
I mean, there's definitely stats in the old stat book that do not correlate to championships. So
yeah, but then again, there were 3 years. I'm pretty sure there were 3 years where if you can combine them in points total, he lost all 3 championships with less than a race's point, or a full race worth of points. So like those years were coming down to the wire. One of them was the last year Dungey won the championship, and I remember them talking about this. This was before they changed the point total from 25 to 26, and they took the point totals with the new rules and went back. And if they had made that change the year prior, Tomac would have won the championship that year over Dungey.
Yeah, that's one thing that I have been talking about, especially with my brother who does a lot of circle track racing and stuff like that, is why doesn't Supercross adopt the playoff mentality where the last 5 races of the season, you take the top 5 guys and you pretty much reset their points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's, I think, as far as a fan's perspective, because right now we're sitting here statistically, Roczen has already won the championship. You know what I mean? There is an outstanding, almost 3/4 chance that he wins it. The whole rest of the field has 25% chance combined to win it.
Right.
So and I don't understand why they don't do that, because, and what really brought me up to that was when you said it's less than 3 seasons is less than 1 race points away. How often does that even happen?
Right.
How many guys have it wrapped up 2, 3, 4 races to go where you're unless he blows up twice or wrecks, he's got it. There's no way. He has to finish 22nd. Congratulations, you have to make the night show, So I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. And I think that there's a way to get it done without making everybody angry either. It's just trying to get people to actually do it, because I hate runaway seasons. I really do. So it just bugs me. It makes it so boring. And that's, and I'm a huge fan, so
right.
If it's boring to me, then if I'm sitting there with somebody that doesn't really know what's going on and he's like, oh, so who's going to win? And you're like, well, that guy won the championship 10 races ago, so he's probably going to win. You know what I mean? It's bad for the sport, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the whole playoff thing. I think Steve and I talked about that in an earlier episode, really early on.
I don't remember.
I think it may have been before you even. I mean, I don't know if you've gone back and listened to our older episodes or not, but it was probably within the first 10 episodes. I think it came up. But yeah, I've always thought the playoff idea was a cool idea to try out, for that exact reason, where there's like, if you get to a certain point and you get into the playoffs, then it's basically like the season starting completely over again.
Yeah.
Code is saying here, I can't wait to see the East guys lose to the West guys. Nichols has it too easy.
Oh, I can't wait for them just to combine both coasts so we can actually watch racing.
Right? Not
That's
just like 4 on 20.
yeah. That's I don't think Nichols necessarily has it easy because I think Jet, Nichols, Craig, I think those guys can easily brush shoulders on every track that they have raced with any of the other top 3 guys. So it's looking at lap times, if we get a similar track layout as well as possibly similar conditions. I know at the GNCC right now, I just saw some pictures where, and they're in South Carolina, there's like over the ankles worth of puddles through the whole pits. So if that heads south a little bit and it gets a little wet down there, and we can we might get a preview of East-West Showdown. So just by lap times, because it's not like they really touch the track. So it's almost like them following up right behind them. So
that's an interesting observation. We got Austin says a chase format would really help with injuries. Cooper lost by 25 points last year. That's pretty much the one race he landed on his back.
Yeah, and that was also the race that ended Dragon's backs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't say that it's any more dangerous than any other obstacle that they have to go over.
Right.
You know, I mean, I hate seeing guys get hurt like that, especially when it pulls them out of the next outdoor series, because I'm a huge outdoor fan. So, like, but I mean, what can you do? You know, it's no different than dropping your front wheel going through the whoops. Like, are we going to get rid of whoops? Mookie crashed in the whoops 2 weeks ago. We should get rid of them. So
yeah, you cannot make the argument that a Dragon's back is more dangerous than a whoop section that is 13 whoops deep and they're 18 feet apart. You can't tell me that a Dragon's back is more dangerous than that. It's just
or what was it, Indy 1 with that double that did go across the straight chute, where it was like it ended up getting cut in with everybody riding in it and shooting them into the media tower. like that had to have been over 100-foot double, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could beat this horse all night, man. Between the 250 East-West crap, getting rid of Dragon's backs, you know, like Chase Sexton, messed up his shoulder in the sand. Maybe we should just not have sand. Let's go have parking lot races. Let's do that.
Matter of fact, let's get rid of the dirt bikes too, because those are really dangerous.
Yeah, big wheels all day. You better work on those pedalings. But it's, I mean, and that's, I could, like I said, I could sit here and tear the stuff up all day because I live it literally from about 5:30 in the morning until 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night when I can go to bed. This is my whole life, every day, all day. Season's over, doesn't matter. We're getting ready for the next one. You know what I mean? So it's, and I hear all the stories too, you know, guys complaining about like this track or that track or, you know, this obstacle, that obstacle. And really the biggest complaints are later in the season. It just gets super boring. Like, why not attack that and lappers rather than worrying about a Dragon's back or whoops or, you know, like, and then you can keep your super bland tracks like we've pretty much seen over the last couple races, because we're just looking for the top 5,
right?
And then let's go get it, man. You know, so I don't know. It's hard to say. I could soapbox all night, man. So let's move on.
All right, let's go back to the predictions. I got to get my 250s here. What did Coda say before we move on there? I think the most disappointing part was not seeing Dungey come back. If AJ Catanzaro can get a ride, I think Dungey should have.
There's a big difference between some guy that's been out of the game for quite a while and somebody that's still out there doing it a lot. You know, nothing against Dungey, but let's be honest, we haven't seen anyone with a comeback story that has actually worked out in anything less than either a bad taste in your mouth or injury. So I think it's better to leave Dungey on the old dusty trophy shelf and let him shine, you know, rather than take him down and break him.
Let him make his coffee.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's still Moto Fight Club and Vet Nationals, you know. So, and if they bring the 125s back, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you got Mikey Brown, Sipes. Pastrana said that he might even come out if they bring it back. So why not Dungey, you know?
Yeah. All right, let's jump back into the prediction so we can wrap this up here.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get my 250s. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put J Mart in the number 1 spot. I'm gonna put Cooper in the number 2 spot, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say Marchbanks takes the number 3 spot.
I thought you were gonna say Hunter Lawrence, man. I was like, don't you do it.
No, not yet. Not yet. Yeah. He's got to finish the race first. Then
I could definitely see Marchbanks doing some great things. The only big reason I didn't take him is the factory bike thing, man. Like, I don't know what kind of bikes Club MX is bringing to this. So that's
right.
It's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, it certainly does. We've seen that time and time again. I mean, you just look at Mookie. I think it's been a world of a difference between Mookie last year and Mookie this year.
Oh yeah.
I think anyways. It's been probably on average 4 or 5 places higher.
Yeah, he used to be my go-to for him and Freeze were always my go-tos for the wild card on Rocky Mountain, because they were always right in there, the 9th to 14th, you know.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see him coming back up. Speaking of Mookie, how about AP again with another up there finish last week? Sorry. I had to throw it out there, man.
You got to throw it out there. You are an AP guy. No, AP is fun to watch. I'm glad to see him getting back up there too. That's good. Good sign. What is Coda saying here? I mean, he's still in a Honda like every day, and he's 31. Marv is older than him.
Yeah, but Marv also races every weekend at a top level.
Right.
And has for years minus his injury, you know.
Right.
I think that's the big difference. I would love to see him come back, but I don't want it to be like a Chad Reed where now he's the king of the LCQs, you know.
Yeah.
We got to let Antignap have his glory, you know. So, but it's and that's not a stab at Adam at all. I mean, he's done great things this year coming back, you know. I mean, he's pretty much running that team. I don't know. I have too much respect for Dungey to watch him fall down that flight of stairs.
Right.
Theoretically, you know. So
all right, so who's your top 3 in the 450s?
Oh, I think it's going to be real close to the way it was last week, man. The only thing that's really going to make a difference will be if Tomac can get a start or not. So I got to go probably Cooper, Ken, and then man, Zacho sitting in that 3 spot last week makes me all excited, but I can't do that, you know. I don't know. Let's go. I think Barsha.
Okay.
So I think it'll be Cooper, Ken, Barsha, and I think I got to take Cooper over Ken because it's a tighter track, man. And we all know how Cooper is on those tight tracks. So
Yeah. All right. So I think I'm going to do my exact same picks from last week for the top 3 because eventually it's going to be right. I'm going to put Tomac in the number 1 spot because I feel like at like it's going to be any day now. He is going to catch on, and things might get ugly pretty quick if that happens. So I'm going to put Tomac in the number 1 spot. I'm going to put K-Rock in the number 2 spot, and I'm going to put Cooper in the number 3 spot.
yeah, I want to see Eli do good just to bring the racing in a little closer. But
Yeah.
It's kind of like picking AC for fantasy, man. You're like, he's so fast. He just can't get it done.
The qualifiers? Did you see the qualifiers?
Yeah.
No points for qualifiers, man.
Yeah, I just saw today where they're actually trying to make a push for that.
Yeah, I'm sure AC would be trying to make a push for that.
Well, not even him, just like people in general, just random people, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That seems kind of weird to me.
You know, that could be a pretty cool idea, some sort of a concept where it wasn't just the race finish that you got points for.
Yeah.
You get
maybe
points for a whole shot, get points for number of passes, get points for your finish.
Speaking of that, you reminded me. You remember when I texted you just randomly out of the blue and I was like, we got to do the sauce it up?
Yeah.
And the drive?
Yes.
What do you want to do for the sauce it up, man? Who had a saucy race? You know what? Let's leave it up to the people then.
Yeah.
Who had the sauciest race?
So let's explain what sauce it up is first for the people.
It's Bro Taco. We're trying to hook Sean up with a cool motocross game, dude.
Yeah. So this is a new segment in the main show that we're gonna do here, and it'll be the sauce it up.
Yeah,
the Bro Taco sauce it up race move of the race or something like that.
The sauciest part of the race. Like, what was the sauciest part of the race? You know. And it doesn't have to be like a wreck. It doesn't have to. It could be like a great save. It could be it could be opening ceremonies. You know, like Ken Roxon doing the 1-footed endo down the back of the of the tabletop.
So since you said a great save, I'm going to elect Barsha for the sauce it up nominee for falling off of his bike in the whoop section, running next to it, and jumping back onto it without stopping.
That's kind of where I was at too. You know, I just wanted to see if anybody else had any kind of insights into it that maybe I had missed. And then we had the I didn't look it up. I probably should. The SUNSTAR drive of the week. Who got the most passes coming from the back? You know, that's and I feel like that's pretty cool to do some of our sponsors, you know?
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. I bet Tiller knows who got the most passes.
He probably does. Looks like Aaron Plessinger started 15th and ended 6th.
That's a good comeback. So AP
could be. That it's looking like that from me. Or from here. Dean Wilson passed 6 people. Ace or Malcolm passed one. Anderson. Yeah, I think it's AP, man. So start 15th and 6th. The old AP7.
There he goes. There he is.
Yeah, dude, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah,
That was a great idea, and I almost
that
just
was a great
completely
idea.
forgot about it.
Yeah, I because I didn't throw it into the show notes, but we'll have to put that into the show notes for next week.
Yeah. That's let us know if you guys like this stuff too, because I mean, I come up with a bunch of crazy ideas when I'm running out around at work, you know.
So those segments are gonna have to be on the recap video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make sure I throw those show notes in the I'll throw those in the show notes for the new show, Sunday show.
Yeah, that's because it doesn't make much sense for us to do it in the preview show.
Right. All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. I think we're going to wrap it up there. We got our predictions out there. Like I said, the Pick'ems 250 riders will be updated tomorrow. So make sure you jump on there and check probably tomorrow afternoon and start getting your Pick'ems in for the races in Orlando on Saturday. Dad, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but enjoy yourself down there. Happy birthday, by the way. It was his birthday yesterday. He was jet skiing and fishing down in the Keys, and then he's gonna go watch some Supercross on Saturday. It's a rough week for him. It's a rough week,
right? Roughest week ever.
Yeah.
So,
so love you, Dad. I hope you have fun. And that's it for episode 58. Thanks for joining me, Doug.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Both of us will go back to the grind tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Hey,
get some sleep
it's
tonight.
Friday and it's payday, man. So it'll be fun.
Nice.
We'll
All
see.
right, man. We'll have a great night. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us. Don't forget to share this episode. Email, YouTube, message it, whatever you got to do. Share it out to a bunch of people. Let's get this thing moving. Jump over to the website. What's up?
Oh, I was gonna say last week was excellent, man. I want to see that. I want to see that trend line just keep going.
Going up.
Yeah.
Head over to the website, powerthe2theground.com. Make your free membership. You can head over to the store, grab yourself some merch. You can also head over to the donate page and make a small donation. All of those things really help us to get this out there to as many people as possible. It is growing. We just had our largest listenership week of the history of Power to the Ground. So we are heading in the right direction. And I really appreciate everybody supporting us and coming back and hanging out with us. So we will see you guys on Saturday night at 7:30 for Couch Cross for Orlando 2, round 8. Let's get it going. Have a nice night, everybody. See ya. Peace.